Hello and welcome to another episode of What If It's Cool, the show where we talk about anything and everything that is cool in the world today. I'm the World Heavyweight Champion of nothing, Daniel Porcro, and this is our preview and predictions episode for WWE Crown Jewel 2021. Now, I will be taking the match layout from Wikipedia, so let's get right into it. First match we have is Mansoor versus Mustafa Ali. Now, to be honest, I'm not crash hot on this feud. It's not like I don't like these guys. I think they are very talented. I don't know. This doesn't have anything for me. But if it was to go with anything, it would have to be Mansoor because he is the hometown hero, apparently. I don't know if this is his hometown. I just remember they made reference to it yesterday on Raw. But yeah, I think it would have to be Mansoor. It would be the logical choice, I would say. But it should be a really good match. Both of them can definitely go, and they both should be further up on the card, in my opinion. But they're just not there for whatever reason. So I reckon this is going to be a good match, and Mansoor for the win. Coming in number 2 is the Hell in a Cell match between Seth Rollins and Edge, and I'm going to call it. This is probably going to be match of the night. This is my pick. That's really got me excited. Obviously, the Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar is another one, but this is the one where it can either make or break either star. And obviously, I think what happened a few years ago with Seth Rollins and The Fiend is probably going to be haunting Seth Rollins a little bit. But I have faith that both of these guys can have a good match, and their feud is just absolutely fantastic. The only thing I will say, I hate Seth Rollins' laugh. It's very comical, very childish, and I'm not enjoying that. Other than that, I love the way that they're taking his character, and if you guys have heard me before, I have said I'm not a big fan of Seth Rollins' character. I still think he was way better when he was Tyler Black. Even to less degree when he was, just starting off in NXT in the first few months of the Shield. I really liked him there, but I just lately haven't really liked him. But I'm liking the way he's going now, and I think I will start enjoying a lot of his characteristics that will be going for the future. As for this match, I think, I'm going to give it to Seth on this one. I really do want to say it's going to be Edge. But I think they might throw a spanner in the works because, the logical thing would be Edge overcomes evil and blah, 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 blah. But personally, I don't think they're going to go this direction. I think they are going to try and push Seth. And this would be the launch pad, I reckon. And I have to give it to Seth on this one. It's going to be Seth Rollins for the win in Hell in a Cell. Alright, so the third match we have is the grand final of the Queen's Crown Tournament, which is Doudrop versus Zelina Vega. And I'm going to give it to Zelina. I think it is her time to shine, and I'm hoping they do this, because it's just, she's been back for, a few months now, and hasn't really done much. They finally put in the finals, and I think they're about to pull the trigger on Zelina, and I really hope they do. Not saying that there's anything wrong with Doudrop. I think she's absolutely fantastic wrestler as well, but I think it's Zelina's time. So Zelina Vega to take out the Queen's Crown Tournament. The fourth match, we have the finals of the King of the Ring tournament, which is Finn Balor versus Xavier Woods. Now, this is a very, very tough one. I have been struggling so much to think who would win. And to be honest, they both have compelling elements to be the King of the Ring. Now, I think, and this is just me thinking out loud, Kofi's already won the championship already. Big E's now having the title run. The only thing that Xavier can do, besides being a tag champion, would be the King of the Ring for the time being. I personally could see him as a champion, but it's going to be a while before that happens. So I think the next best thing that WWE could do for him would give him the King of the Ring. But on the other hand, Finn Balor, they are building him up. I mean, he just had a phenomenal match with Roman Reigns on the last pay-per-view. So it is very tough, but I'm going to go with Xavier Woods on this one because I think it would be best for business to do that. I mean, the New Day's merchandise is still going up. They're at their all-time high now. It'd just be a great way to do it, but at the same time, you know, it could also break up the New Day, which has been rumored for so long. So, yeah, logically for me, and with my heart going this one, I'm going to give it to Xavier Woods to take out the King of the Ring tournament. Right, so the fifth match we got is Bobby Lashley versus Goldberg. Now, I know what everyone's going to say. You know, it's not their favourite match, and you know, I'm with them. I'm not really crash hot about it either. But look, we all got to remember that Goldberg is not in his prime anymore, and we got to cut him a bit of slack. You know, so guys, stop hating on Goldberg. But the thing is with this match, the reason why I'm not really invested in it is just because the promos and everything that's led up to it has been very bland. I don't know. I'm not emotionally invested in it, and I'm not the only one who feels the same way. It's not to say that I don't like Bobby Lashley or even Goldberg. It's just I think what they've been given, the material has been absolutely terrible, and I'm hoping that this match is going to be a payoff. So with that being said, I am going to go with Bobby Lashley to win, simply because I think if WWE was smart, they would not let Goldberg win, because it will obviously create more fan outrage, and I don't think WWE can afford to have any more outrages, to be honest. But if Goldberg was to win, it would have to be a very entertaining match, and for me, I think it would be a very, very quick match, maybe a 5-minute match, and just power moves, just to get both of them over. But that's how I see it. So I'm going to give this win to Bobby Lashley, but it has to be a good match, and I'm really hoping it will be. Alright, so the sixth match we have is Drew McIntyre challenging Big E for the WWE Championship. Now, I would love to see McIntyre have another crack at the title. Another run with the title, should be more saying. But I am really enjoying Big E as the champ. I didn't think I would, to be honest. I remember when they were saying, "Oh, you know, they're going to give him the championship." Like, oh, really? You know, I don't know. Ever since he joined the New Day, I saw him as this more comedic. I don't know. I don't want to compare him to Brodus Clay, but I'd probably say like in the same vein as Brodus Clay, and like he can be mean and tough, but yet he has that sort of cuddly side. And for some reason, it's working for Big E for me, and I'm really enjoying it. And I am going to give this to him because I want him to continue being the WWE champion. I'm loving this run so far, and I hope they just continue it. Not to say I don't want Drew to win, but I don't want Big E to lose the championship right now. I think he's on a roll, and I want him to continue. So I'm going to give this to Big E, and I hope he has a long run with this championship. Alright, the seventh match that's advertised in here is RK Bro versus AJ Styles and Omos. Or Omas. I always get his name wrong. Another match I'm not very interested in. I don't know. I'm really over Omos and AJ Styles together. I want them to split up. If AJ's going to be a bad guy, I want him just to be a bad guy by himself. Omos, I do like him. I think he is great as a big man, but I think they need to pair him up with somebody else. I don't know. This pairing with him, it just doesn't work for me. It hasn't since day one. I don't know. I'm not enjoying it. RK Bro, on the other hand, I didn't think I'd enjoy it. To a degree, I do. It's just, I don't know. It's a very weird partnership. And I know it's meant to be, but I don't know. It hasn't really rubbed me in the right way yet, and I can see the benefits of having them both together and how entertaining it can be, but at the same time, I'm not that entertained by it. But I just do not see them losing at the moment, so I'm going to give this to RK Bro. just because I think that they're eventually going to break up AJ Styles and Omos to get and maybe AJ goes for has a run and starts putting over Omos. Maybe that could be a thing, but I just don't see RK Bro losing titles anytime soon. Alright, the second last match we have is Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks versus the champ Becky Lynch for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Now, this is a very tough one to call because obviously yesterday Bianca challenged Charlotte Flair and it went to a DQ, I believe. And I really thought it was just going to be, maybe Bianca's going to win both at that point. But obviously that's not going to happen now. I don't know, because this feud hasn't really elevated me to watch it. I'm kind of over it, to be honest. But if I was to go with anything, I would probably pick Becky to win, because I think it would be great if Charlotte and Becky would to challenge each other to the belts, and then somehow one of them gets both belts. Personally, I hope it will be Becky again to have both belts. I don't really want Charlotte to have both belts, and not because I'm a Charlotte Flair hater. I think she's accomplished so much at the moment. Giving her another title, it's not going to do anything. So in storyline wise, it just wouldn't make sense to put her both on her. Doesn't mean that I wouldn't like to see Sasha or Bianca to win. I just don't see it happening. I think it would have to be Becky at this point. So I'm going to give the win to Becky, because I'd love to see a champion have both belts. So that's how I would see that might happen. Alright, the final match we have is Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman by his side. Now this is very interesting because there are so many rumors right now saying that Paul Heyman is going to turn on Roman Reigns to rejoin with Brock Lesnar. Me personally, I don't see that happening. Look, if I was to go with storyline wise, I think Paul would be very, very intimidated, very scared to turn on Roman, because obviously, the bloodline is very thick, and, you've got three very, very intimidating figures from the Usos and Roman himself. So I don't think that would be on the cards for this. But the thing is, Brock Lesnar is in incredibly good shape right now. His look is even more determined and more scary than before. Something about that man bun thing he's got and the beard is just more intimidating than what he looked like before without all that stuff. And Roman Reigns, what can't be said? The guy's on fire. Probably the best run he's ever had, and maybe the best run he'll ever have. So, with that being said, why would you want to end that? I reckon this is going to be a great match. If Hell in a Cell isn't a great match, this will be the match of the night, easily. You have two very, very competitive guys who are phenomenal in the ring, in phenomenal shape, can work, can talk on the mic, and is easily going to be a banger of a match for the legacy of both these wrestlers. But me personally, I reckon it's going to be Roman, because he's just on a phenomenal run. This legacy that they're carving in for him is just going to be growing and growing and growing. Whether we see The Rock eventually having a match with him is, I don't have a crystal ball, so I can't tell you if that's going to happen. But me personally, that's what I would predict is going to happen eventually. So why would you want to break that? So Roman is definitely going to win this match. And that's our picks for WWE Crown Jewel 2021. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let us know what your predictions are in the comments, and please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and enable those notifications to stay up to date whenever we post anything or whenever we predict anything. And if you can't wait for our next video or prediction show, make sure to check out our podcast. It is available wherever you get your podcasts. And until next time, we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.